Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk to you about my gut microbiome diet journey where I've been learning about how to eat for my gut to make the biome in there better. Microbiota, as they call it in the game. you know. Um, and just like go over what I've learned from a couple books that I read, and then like what I'm doing right now on my diet to try to fix my microbiome in my gut, because I've had IBS. I got diagnosed with IBS when I was like 21. I was living in Vegas at the time. I lived in Vegas very briefly, so I believe I was 21. And yeah, it was not fun. I'll just go through that story real quick. So yeah, I started having a really bad pain in my gut, just randomly, and it was very scary, because I'm like pretty young and I didn't know what was going on. So I go to the doctor, and I thought I had like a blockage, like an intestinal blockage or something, because it was so bad, and like truly just like gut wrenching pain, right? So to me, I was like, wow, this is like scary and maybe something serious. But then I also was like reading around online, and it was like, oh, it could be just like IBS, right? And this was back when I was like Mormon and I was like literally praying to God, like, please just let it be fixable. Like, even if it's surgery, just let it be fixable, that we could like do something and then fix it. Because I was afraid of it being like a chronic issue, because those are scary and difficult and painful. And it was so painful that I was like, I can't do this forever. This is horrible. And so then I got like a CT scan or an MRI or something. And then the doctor was like, oh, good news. Like, there's nothing in there. So you just have IBS. So bye, basically. And I started crying. And I think he thought I was like insane because I started crying. Because he thought he gave me like good news, right? Like, oh, you don't have a big blockage in your intestines, which is good news. But then I was like, oh, this is like permanent. Horrible. And so I was crying at the doctors, and yeah, I was just like, kind of scary, debilitating in some ways. And I'm 32 now, so been diagnosed with it for 11 years, and like never made significant progress on it at all. Like, I'm lucky that it hasn't been like a huge detriment to my life as it is with some people. Like, I know some people have IBS so bad that it's like, they have to go to the hospital because it's so painful. Some people have it so bad that like they have a hard time like keeping a job, or like going places in public because they don't know when like they're gonna need to like rush to the bathroom or whatever. I've never had issues that bad, but it has been like incredibly painful. And so recently, I decided, I had like a few months this last year, or like the last couple months, where I was trying to diet to lose weight, and then I just like couldn't do it. My guts, like, I was like plateaued on my weight, and then my guts just like stopped being happy in any way, stopped really like just functioning generally. I got like super bloated, and it took me like a full month to stop feeling like bloated and weird and like heavy about it. And I tried once, and then that happened. And then I tried again, like after like a month later, and then it's happened again, and it still took like 3 weeks to a month. So I was like, cool, we're not doing that anymore. Which is like sad for me, because I do still want to lose some weight. And I was hoping to kind of just like get through it, since I've been like losing weight all year. I was like, let's just go and finish it. And then, no, my gut said, take a break. And I Googled around like what the problem could be. And it did seem to me at the time that the problem was just like I had been dieting for weight loss for too long. I'd been doing it for, like I said, like almost a year straight, basically. Like, I took very brief breaks in there, but not really. Like, it was pretty consistently on it. And I think my guts just got worn out, to be honest. Like, my metabolism just slowed down because I was underfeeding it all the time, because that's how you lose weight. And so I was like, okay, I think I just need to take a break. And then since I'm taking a break, I was like, well, what can I do in the kind of interim to try to like make that not happen again? Because it was like super uncomfortable, and I don't want to do it again. I was really cranky in that time period. Sorry to my friends and family, because I was not super fun to be around. And it was just like made everything hard, just made me feel super uncomfortable like constantly. Anyway, so I was like, what can I do? So I read 2 books. I'm trying to remember the names of the books. I read The Good Gut. I just kind of read the ending of The Good Gut. And then I read most of I think it's called Psychobiotics or something like that. But it was like, I read a decent portion of that. But I was also like, let me just skip to the good part, to the end, basically, just like, hey, cool to learn all the science, sure. What do I eat to fix my gut is mainly what I want to know. And I just want to give you that information just right at the get-go. And then I'm going to show you, in coming videos, like what I'm doing right now to try to fix my microbiota, because I think it can be useful to other people. And then, it's just kind of what I'm doing. This is mostly like vlogs of my life, just kind of like what I'm working on in the process of me becoming like healthier and happier as a person. And like, this is one of the things right now. So I'm probably gonna do like a what I ate in a day video as like, trying to get my fiber goals, trying to like incorporate different foods, and then just maybe trying some like interesting new foods I've never had before that are supposed to be helpful. So the main foods that are supposed to be helpful are like prebiotics, probiotics, fiber, that you want to have a good fiber intake, and then like fermented foods are really good, like kimchi, tempeh, sauerkraut. There's like yogurt drinks that are like fermented. You can drink like kefir, some of which I have. And then I got some of those like prebiotic, probiotic drinks, like Olipop. I really like the Olipops. I've tried a few other ones. I don't really like them. And like Olipop has the highest amount of protein in the drinks generally. And then I also think tastes the best. So highly recommend Olipop. I might do a video on like ranking my like favorite to least favorite probiotic drinks, because I've been drinking them a lot, and I think there's definitely better ones than other ones, and I wouldn't want someone to get discouraged, like don't drink them just because they try one and it's weird and bad. So my personal favorite, spoiler alert for that future video, is I really like the Barbie themed Olipop, which is like peaches and cream. I think that's the one I drank first because I was just like, I need a little Barbie drink, on a whim. It was delicious. And it's 9 grams of protein, or not grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber in it, which is crazy. That's so high. So anyway, so the main things, like I said, were like prebiotics, probiotics, antioxidants also, and then fiber and fermented foods. So right now, my main thing I'm just doing is like fiber focused. So I'm working on fiber. I've been trying to get like 29 grams of fiber a day, like somewhere around 30, which if you do that, you want to like ramp up slowly. Most people apparently eat like way less fiber than they're supposed to. I think the recommended is like 20 to 30 grams a day, and most people are at like 6 or 8. So like ramp up slowly, because it does, affect your guts quite a bit. It might give you more gas and like more pain, than you're maybe used to. I'm used to being in a lot of gut pain, so I was not in that much pain. But it's already helped my IBS so much. I have been like consistently eating 30 grams of fiber for like a week, maybe I would say. And I haven't had like any IBS symptoms really. I'm like a lot more regular when I go to the bathroom, which is cool. Like then it's like easier. So highly recommend upping your fiber intake if you're having those issues. And I'm a little frustrated in general with the medical system in America, which I'm sure everybody is. But I'm frustrated with them because I feel like they kind of give you suggestions and don't really like give you all the options potentially, or like I just, they're not really interested enough in helping you with your problems so much as just like, to me the medical system is like for triage. It's like, oh, are you dying? No, then you're good. Maybe try this, I guess, bye, because I've talked to dietitians before, and like, I got diagnosed with IBS, like a doctor told me I had that, and never were they like, hey, you should maybe eat some more fiber. Which like maybe I should have figured that out by myself, but also like your job is to tell me how to fix my medical issues, right? And so I'm just like, why weren't we talking about that? I don't know. Like if you have IBS, like a lot of times they just like tell you to do a FODMAP diet, which is basically like an elimination diet of like the main things that might cause your IBS, and then to just not eat those things like ever, which like, a lot of those things are delicious. And so like people want to eat them. So a lot of people are like, I guess I'll just be in pain forever. And, I'm trying something else because I've got time and resources to do so, hoping that it's going to help fix my IBS. But it's like, yeah, there's just truly, like in both of the books I read, they talked a lot about, or like a decent amount about how there's no like real good like test for your gut microbiome, and there's no like standard for like this is a good healthy microbiome, because they still are like doing a lot of research about it. We don't know a lot about it, which is crazy because it like it's like hugely effective over your like entire body. That it's like they call it your second brain, because like it affects your mood, it affects your like immune response, it affects like a ton of health stuff, for just like how your gut functions, and like what kind of bacteria is in there, and like what's in your mouth as well. So yeah, I just like, it's crazy to me that there's not even a standard for like, this is what's good and this is bad. You can get tests and stuff online. I might do that sometime. But right now, I'm more interested in just solving the problem than I am like observing the fact. I'm not trying to do science about it. I'm just trying to fix my own stuff. So fiber up, we're way up. We're doing great. Not actually that hard. I really like a lot of things that have a lot of fiber in them, so easy for me. Nuts. Love pomegranate seeds, and pomegranate seeds are super high in fiber. Like I had a whole thing of like the big palm today, and that's like 11 grams of fiber in it. So excellent news. And then like I said, Olipop's I've had, and then I'm trying to incorporate more fermented foods now, and this like next week I'm going to be working on it. Apparently, according to those books I read, you can reset your microbiome to be like significantly better in like a month. You can make super like a good amount of progress. So like the next couple of months I'm going to be trying to like eat just truly the best things that I could for my gut. Still not perfect obviously, but like because I'm still eating like some sugary stuff or whatever that's like maybe that's not great for your gut, but I'm gonna incorporate a bunch of new stuff and see where we get. Like I tried some kimchi. I hadn't had kimchi before. It was super good. I like it a lot. It's a little hot for me because I have a very low spice tolerance, which I also want to work on. So I'm gonna be doing some research about like, hey, how do I like gradually increase my spice tolerance? Because I'd love to like even mildly spicy foods and be like, wow, this is delicious and not painful. And I feel like that's probably possible, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm just kind of that's what I'm working on right now with my microbiome and my gut. And I just wanted to make a suggestion to people that, yeah, if you've got IBS, maybe up that fiber, see if that helps. And, help me incredibly. And it's been like not hard to do. And then, yeah, I'll bring you along with me on my fermented food journey. And then just like could be eating a lot of yogurt, and like fruits and stuff, which love yogurt, love fruit, no problems here. And then after that, once I get, feeling good about the gut, I'm hoping I can start trying to lose weight again, and see if that's feasible. And, just desperately like cross my fingers that I don't have that problem again, because it's awful. But I feel confident that, if I like get things working really well in my guts, that I should be able to, work on losing some more weight. And I want to do a lot of strength training this year. This year's going to be a very body focused year for me, so I'm going to bring you with me on that. I'm going to be doing strength training. I'm doing a bunch of like, I'm doing this series right now. I mentioned this in a different video about like hip openers. And I'm working on just kind of like rehabbing what's wrong with my body generally. I just read this book called Built from Broken, which I also talked about. And he talks about like strengthening your joints and ligaments, and I'm going to start doing that routine pretty soon. And yeah, I just, I've been in a lot of like physical pain, internal and external, like I shouldn't maybe say external is maybe not the right word, in my gut pain, and then also my muscle and joint and whatever pain. And I'm trying to just like fix those up, I'm 32, so it's not going to get less unless I be putting some effort into it. So yeah, I'll bring you along with me on that journey. Like I said, we're doing the fermented foods and then seeing how our gut's doing. Maybe then we're going to try to start losing some weight and see if that works. And then also I'm going to try to be getting up on the protein, because next year I want to work on the gains, because I want to start doing strength training, like I said, specifically like glutes. I bought the Glute Lab book, which is 608 pages. It's huge. And it's like it's over 5.5 pounds, I think. Or it was like 5 pounds, 8 ounces. So I guess it's like 5.5 pounds. Anyway, it's beefy. It's heavy. He got a PhD in ass. And I am excited to learn how to also do that and not actually get a PhD, but he really did. It's kind of crazy that you're allowed to do that. I didn't know you could study ass as part of like a PhD, as you know, your focus or whatever, but you can. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this video. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. And I hope you enjoy coming with me on my journey to fix my guts and to just, you know, healthier, happier life. I also got a test today, a blood test from my doctor. Love it, because I text them basically and said, can I have this test again? Because we did it before and it was not great. And we haven't done it since, and it's been years. And they were like, sure thing. And then they just ordered it for me, so yay. I love living in the future. Love how easy it is sometimes, to get healthcare. Yeah, I'm really excited to get that. It's a C-reactive protein test, which is like an inflammation test for your whole body, just to see how much like inflammation you have, if you have like chronic inflammation. And I think I might. And one of the things he talks about in Built from Broken is like having a lot of body inflammation, like how to fix that. So I was like, well, let's see if I have it, and then I'll work on fixing it if I do. So anyway, I'll let you know when I get that back, and then if we're working on that as well, because partially that's going to be diet as well, as maybe like some supplements and some other stuff. But we're working on it. We're building, you know, a beautiful system that's going to function and make us happy and work for us, you know. And my first step of that was losing the weight, and then getting the breast reduction was my first 2 steps, I guess. And then now we're just on different ones, and we're going to keep the ball rolling, because you know, slowly over this like last year, I've done a lot of work on my mind, you know, for like therapy and stuff, and reading a lot of books. And I've also done a lot of work on my body, and slowly but surely I feel like, you know, my body is becoming like not only something that I think is like beautiful and that I like, but also is becoming like a place where I feel comfortable being. Because I think a lot of people, you know, especially when you have physical pain that you're in often, your body is not a cool place for you to be. It's uncomfortable and it's awkward and it's hard. And so I'm really excited that like I'm, you know, stretching and changing the way that I move, and like how I'm able to interact with the world, and, you know, and also work on like my gut and other, you know, health issues that I have. Like I have high cholesterol, we're working on that, so that I just, you know, feel comfortable in my own skin, and I feel like my body is like a nice place to be. And then it's easier to be like present and like, you know, mindful and stuff if you are actually like, my body is a safe location for me to inhabit, and I don't have to like constantly avoid being here by doing other things or like distracting myself or whatever. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my health journey as we go along, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!